Hey, what's up, everybody? As you know, my videos are raw, short, and sweet. So I'm using this guy's video. He's reacting to people talking, but this is about the cost of living. And this guy said like two interesting points, I believe. Um, and I agree with it. And I've been saying this for like a while now. Yeah, I have a decent life. I got toys. My kids got toys. Um, it was better like maybe like 2 years ago because things are getting harder and harder. And maybe I might live over my what I make kind of thing. Not too sure, but it's kind of hard to balance it sometimes. You see some people that don't do anything with their life and they just save, 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 and then you see people like that just spend, 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 like do all the stuff, vacation, buy all these fancy cars and blah blah blah. And then you have people that kind of balance it, where they might take a one vacation, but then they also save and sacrifice certain things. So yeah, it's hard to balance it. That's one thing I want to say about it. And like we're only here once, you know what I mean? And I've seen like so many people that passed away, that were young and old, and it's just like one minute they're here, next minute they're not. So it's like to me, it kind of freaks me out because I'm like basically more than halfway done my life. Um, and like, but I've always been that way kind of thing too, where like I like to like have fun and spend money like on stuff that I want, whatever. But it's just to me it's like unbalanced, like and like I think the economy is getting more and more expensive, and it's more of a um, like the goalpost is just getting further and further, further and further, and like I've worked a lot. I work like 40, 50 hours a week. I used to work like 6, 7 days. I think the most I've done when I started my business and I was happy, I think I did 20 days straight. And the reason why I was only 20 days straight is because we had a holiday coming up. But and now with the kids, um, I kind of spoil myself where now I'm just working like 5 days a week, and spend time with the kids and the family on the weekends. But my whole point to this is that like so like for the last what I don't know 20 something odd late years, I've been sacrificing, working, 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 just like my parents did, whatever. And there's two things this guy said that was interesting, right? And the one was that like like oh like the older people, it's like oh just we had a hard time too, and we made it, and you guys can make it too, blah blah blah. But then I don't know, like I know my parents are like yo it's really hard out there, like I don't know how you guys are gonna make it, whatever. So they understand that, but the sacrifices that my parents made, like my mom, um, she worked hard, but I didn't really spend that much time with my mom. It was like mostly my siblings. Like they take me out. They were older than me, um, so like I missed the time with my mom, and it wasn't her fault because she had to like new to Canada, um, had to like do 2, 3 jobs, pick up as much shifts as she can to provide for her kids and shelter and food and stuff like that. So it wasn't her fault, and I don't want to do the same thing too because it's like I'm doing the same thing right now where it's like I'm missing time with my kids, and it's like time is so precious. And I think this guy said it, it's like we work, or some other guy said it was like yeah, you work like 60 plus % of your life is working, you know what I mean? Like 60 plus. I think it's like yeah, it's like I would say like 70% of your life you're working. You're going to school from you're 4 years old. You're going to school. You're forced to go to school. Um, you're doing that for what 4 till 18, so that's 14 years right there. Then if you go to college, university, you take some courses. Then from there, from your 16 and up, you have a part-time job, and then from 20 and up, or 22 or 25 and up, you have your career, your full-time job. You do another full-time job until you find your career, whatever it may be. So like, just work, 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 and um, it's really tiring. Like it really is because there's no, and as I said, the goalpost is just getting further and further away because there's like retirement now. Like before, like 20 years ago, to retirement, um, for you to get a house, it was decent price. Uh, you know, maybe $50,000 saved up would be okay for retirement. 20 years ago or something. Yeah, maybe say like 50,000, 70,000, which was a lot to save up for retirement. But that would have probably done you okay, plus your CPP and your old pension plan in Canada. But now it's like 20 years from now when I retire or whatever, 20 something years or whatever it is, when we retire and stuff, you're talking about at least to maintain the same lifestyle and to keep up with the bills you have right now, which is going to be more, you're talking about at least like $500,000 per person. I mean, a quarter. Like, well, yeah, 250, a quarter to $500,000 you need to be saved up. Which I don't know who's gonna be saving that up, right? That's if you, right, $500,000 if you live for another 20 years. Um, I have a breakdown for it, but that's not the point right now. But my whole thing is that we sacrifice too much. Like there should be more to life than just working, 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 working. And even with the 5 days a week, I think that's way too much too, because it's like majority of people, we go away to the weekend on the weekend most times, and you get to the spot Friday night. Most people get there like Friday because everyone's working. Some people are retired, but whatever. For the most part, majority of people like around our age or younger or a little bit older, they're working, whatever, right? So you get there on Friday. Um, get there Friday. You have the whole day Saturday, and then Sunday you're getting up to pack up and then to go back home. So it's like, or even if you get home, whatever, right? You only have that one day really. You know, you just did 5 hours. You just did 5 days. How many hours per day, with kids or no kids? You know what I mean? And putting your cap on, putting your face on, dealing with the mental issues, whatever it may be, and dealing with that like day in and day out for 5 days. You gotta put yourself to bed by a certain time, get up by a certain time. Come home, wash the dishes, eat something quickly, whatever. You go for a jog, you play a game, or you play with the kids, or whatever it may be, clean up, and then boom, you only get like a day and a half off, because Friday, once you get home, whatever, it's only a couple hours for that Friday. Saturday is a full day, and then Sunday, you can't waste a day really, because you gotta get ready for the week. So it's like, it's not balanced. And I'm just gonna play this thing right now.
So I posted a video about a month ago talking about the cost of living and how it's hard out here as a 20-something-year-old person, whatever, in America. And the amount of comments on that video from older people, like older meaning like over 50 probably, maybe over 40, whatever. The amount of comments from them saying, oh, just work more, just suck it up, right? We did it. Okay, hear me out. Before you comment some stupid shit, probably with your pointer finger while squinting at your phone, because you don't know how to use a phone, why don't you just do everybody a favor and just keep that shit to yourself? Because at the end of the day, it's not the same. It's not. And you don't understand what it's like. So to come on here after your generation has created this problem, you guys literally ruined this country. I just want you to know that. And it's ironic because you guys did this and then you blame us for all this shit, and then you get mad when people complain. Here's the deal, and this is what I recommend for everybody. Don't accept your reality if you know that it's fucked up and if you know it could be better, right? That's when you've given up. That's when you lose. I detest things that are bad that can be fixed, okay? You do not owe society all of your time. That is a fucking lie. That is a fallacy. You don't, right? It's not fair. It's not. You should not have to trade 60% of your life just to be able to live, right? Because the reality is, when you have a family, you're not going to be able to see your kids, you're not going to be able to see your wife, your marriage is going to fall apart, your kids are going to get brainwashed by their fucking phones or by this fucked up education system that we have going on, right? So there's a lot of issues with this. So for you to come on here and say, oh, just keep doing what we've been doing for the past 60 years. Oh yeah, how the fuck has that worked out? It's clearly not working. We need change. And I'm not going to come on here and spew some bullshit and lie to you all and be like, oh, my life is perfect, this is awesome. It's not, and I know it's not for you either. So we need to start speaking the truth about it.
Yeah, see, yeah, so basically the same thing I just said right now. It's really interesting, really good. And yeah, like every day I see my kids, and like if I don't see them for a night, because I come home late sometimes, I try to come home so I can put them to bed, but if I'm working, I'm working. If I get a job, I get a job, another job, whatever. And then it's like, oh man, you missed them. And it's like, man, the next time you see it, it's like, holy flip, dude, you grew. Like, even though they didn't grow or anything, I mean, they might have grown a little bit, whatever, but it's just like, it goes by too fast. And like, it's like, it's like, just the other day, my kids were like little babies, goo goo gaga, and their first walk, and clumsy, and how one of them couldn't talk properly and stuff like that. And it's like, now like they're grown and they're talking and making jokes and having conversations with you and playing with you and running around. And it's just like, where all that time go, it's like, and then it's like, you gotta work to pay the bills and to make you have, pay the bills, you wanna have a little fun, go traveling with her maybe. Especially like, my life's not bad, but I sacrifice a lot by working. So it's not like I just get stuff for free. Like I work for it, kind of thing. So yeah, and people say, right, what is it that something about your time, what is your hours or what is your time worth, kind of thing, right? So I got paid whatever it is, right? But some people get paid less, some people get a lot more than I get paid, whatever. But it's not about the pay thing. It's just the sacrifices, right? Like like sometimes I want to come home early, and it's like I'm so exhausted that you just want to lay down by the couch, not do anything, take a nap, and you feel guilty because the kids are home and you're home early, and you could spend that time with the kids and stuff like that. Not all the time, obviously. So, go for the park, whatever, home early and stuff like that. But the times that you don't, it's like you feel guilty. It's just like when it's summertime in Canada, right? Sometimes when it's like, I'm just too tired, I'm just gonna stay inside today, and then it's like you feel guilty because you lost out in the summer, right? You lost in that day that it's limited, right? It's just like your kids' time, it's limited, right? Because they're gonna be adults soon, and time doesn't pause for anybody. So it's kind of frustrating with that. And yeah, no, we do need to change. I think this whole society, the way it's set up right now, is stupid. Like, you remember going to school, how exhausted and tired we were, and how much we hated it. Like going to school like every day, 10 months out of the flipping year. Like that's not fair either. And like you're just basically we're basically programmed. Because after school it's work, so they program us from now, and we do need to change. Because I've never been happy with this. I don't mind working. I'm not lazy. Um, I like doing my job. I don't want to do it forever. I don't want to be doing it like every day and stuff like that. But I don't mind working. You work. It's like my parents worked. You get roof over your head. You get food. You get to travel. Whatever. Yeah, you get to, buy stuff for your kids. Feed your kids. Have a smile on your kids' face. Make them happy. You happy. Wife's happy. You're happy. So yeah, I'm fine with that. It's too much because you have no time for anything else. As I said, you finish work Friday. Friday's basically a written off day because whatever. Friday's just 6 hours left usually when you get home, right? So you get home like 5, 6. There's only 6 hours left for the day. Saturday's the only full day you have. Sunday, that's what you're doing, and then you got to clean up, cook, whatever, order food, whatever it is. I don't know. It's just exhausting, and yeah. So like this generation is just more tired, and they're seeing that there's more to life. Not like my parents' generation, where it's like they were new to Canada and this is exciting and this is all they know of work, and you know what I mean. But when I try to explain to them, sometimes it's like, oh, just stop stressing out and stuff like that. I'm like, no, there's more to life than just working every day. Like I'm already I lived more than half my life already, and I want to kick back, and I don't want to retire and then enjoy my life where I won't have money anyways, because even when I retire now, most likely the economy, I won't have that money to be saved up, right? And so anyways, so I'll just say it right now. So, but my calculation of the $500,000 is what you need to retire off of. It's because for Canada, most people might be getting I think maybe it all depends on how much hours you work, whatever, and how much you get paid. But I think between $16 to $2,000 a month for your CPP, and then you might get old pension. Or it might be just $1,600 plus your old pension, which is another $300-$400, whatever. I'm not too sure. I think CPP maxed out at $1,800 or $1,600. I'm not too sure. Don't quote me on that. But I just said $2,000 a month is what I said. So if you're making $2,000 a month, that's after you retire. That's $2,400 a month, right? And if you had a regular decent job, whatever, you're probably making $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 a year. I mean a month, right? So just say on average, you wanna be taking home $4,000, right? So you're getting $2,000 from your CPP and your old pension. That's $2,400, for the year, right? And then your $500,000 now is that, say if you live for another 20 years, so you retire at 65, so you live for another 20 years, so you would be taking out $25,000 each year out of that, which would be your $50,000 for the year, right? If you're taking home $4,000 a month, that's $48,000 for the year. So just say that's $50,000 for the year, and 20 years from now, $50,000 for the year would equal, 20 years from now would be what? Maybe 38,000. But anyways, forget about that though. So your goal is say, so it's $50,000 that you can live off of. Even though right now, if you're living off of $50,000, take home a year, you're struggling, right? But then the kids will be out of school, whatever, blah blah blah, whatever, right? So you gotta live off of that. So $25,000 per year for 10 years, that'd be $250, right? And I said 20 years you're gonna live for. So that's 10 years would be $250,000. 20 years would be another $250,000, which would be $500,000. Yes, if you invested, whatever, it'd grow. It wouldn't be $500,000. It would be more than that. But then even if it was, it'd probably equal out to, as I was saying about the $50,000 would probably be $38,000 in 20 years. So whatever you did gain off of that would probably just equal out to the conversion of how the money would equal right now. So if you saved $500,000 and you got interest off of it, again, don't calculate my interest. My interest could be bad, but you got like $700,000. So you made $200,000 off of that. That would probably be $700,000 would probably be equal to the $500,000 now in 20 years from now, whatever. Again, don't quote me on that. I'm just saying. But anyways, so yeah, right. So basically you would have to have around 250 and up to retire off of to have a decent life. At least 250 and up, whatever. You can say you can get 5% off of your interest, whatever. Okay, whatever. But you're gonna get taxed from the government because that's part of your income now. So there's always some kind of way. And I think the best thing to do is under the table kind of thing instead of putting in the banks, because as I said, even if you do get all the interest, I think the government would come after you saying they would put that as part of your income. They're sneaky like that. So anyways, so yeah, that was my whole point. I know I kind of rambled on, but we do need to change, and I did kind of go long for this one, but it's been on my mind for a long time. And yeah, let me know what you guys think about it. Like, subscribe, comment. Please subscribe. It's free. Anyways, be safe. Thanks. Bye.